everyone, this is Nana Barnett. I am actually on the road driving from El Paso back to San Antonio, hoping to be back later on this evening and looking forward to jump-starting our business on January 1st. But I wanted to take a few minutes to touch base with you all about working your business in 2014 and setting your goals and really making a plan to work your business. One of the things that really irks me sometimes is when I talk to a brand new consultant on our team that has invested, $100, $200 in their product kit, and then, 3-4 weeks later says, "Oh my gosh, I can't sell. I'm not making any money. I can't get any parties." And then when I talk to them about, what they're doing with their business and ask them, "Okay, so where's your product kit? Have you labeled all of your catalogs?" "No, they're still in the box on my dining room table." And what about your testers? Did you take your testers with you maybe to your place of work so people could sniff them? No, they're still on the dining room table too. This is a business, just like any other business. It's a job, just like any other job. You've got to clock in, you've got to work it to be able to see a result. And you personally have to decide, what is the result that I want to see and how many hours is that going to take? For me personally, what my result is that I want to have every month, and yours may be different, is I want to see a $1,000 paycheck every month. That's what we need to help us to pay our bills. And so what does that look like in hours wise? Well, I'm a teacher, and so teachers average about $25 an hour. Okay, your average is probably going to be different from that, higher or lower. But for me, $25 an hour, if you divide $1,000 by that, is 40 hours. Divide that by 4 weeks in the month, and that's me consistently putting in 10 hours a week in my business. Now, I'm probably not going to bring in $1,000 in just commission. That would mean for 10 $400 parties, or 40 $100 orders, or 100 $40 orders. So, somehow or another, the math would add up for me to sell $4,000 a month. I'll be honest, I've never even done that. The highest month I've ever had was $3,600, and that was me trying to qualify for a trip. But I know that if I consistently work my business with my existing customers, with my existing hostesses, with existing contacts that I have, that I can make about $600 in commission a month. That's my average. And then I know that I can consistently earn off of my team commission the remainder to make up the difference for $1,000 a month. That's what I want to see on my paycheck. So I have to figure out, how can I consistently put in 10 hours a week of work? What does work look like in the Scentsy world? So when you're working your Scentsy business, think about, what exactly are you doing? Are you maybe posting something on Facebook and then sitting there scrolling through your news feed for 2 hours waiting for somebody to like it? Believe me, I'm the queen of Facebook, and I can easily lose 6 hours a day on it if I want to. But I know that likes and comments aren't going to get me sales, aren't going to get me business. So what about maybe using Facebook's PM feature to start a conversation with some of your previous hostesses about the new host exclusive, or answering somebody's question that maybe liked a comment about your business, and then ask them, well, what was it that you liked about it? What draws you to this? What is it that you need? Another thing that I want you to think about is delivering your product. Okay, how many of you just grab that party order, throw it in a bag, and then drive around with it for 2 days until you run into your hostess and give it to her? Okay, what about intentionally taking the time to bag those orders with a little bit of tissue paper and some ribbon, some samples, making sure that everything in that bag is labeled, because you don't know where it's going to go, if it's going to go to another customer somewhere else as a gift, and throwing in a host join brochure, because while they're sitting there waiting for their Scentsy to melt, they've got something to read and be able to ask questions. Another thing that to think about is maybe you do get a recruit. You have a friend sign up, and then you spend hours sitting there checking your workstation, waiting to see if she placed an order. That's not going to make her successful. What about taking an hour to watch a training video with her and talk about it with her, or maybe going with her and doing her launch party? that's working your business. So think about all of the things that you're doing and ask yourself, honestly, am I really working my business and expecting this business to pay off for me? Or am I just kind of going with the flow? And you know, you're not gonna make money like that. So I wanted to give you some action steps. What are some things that you can focus on doing in 2014 that are going to show you a financial reward? And here's some of them. All right, the first one is taking the time to label your product and your catalogs, making sure that every catalog that leaves your hands has your customer information, making sure that all the product that leaves your home has your contact information. Making and distributing samples. Believe me, I am guilty of making samples. I have a whole little bowl of coconut lemongrass samples that I molded and then never even bothered to bag. Well, nobody ever got to smell them. So now I'm just using them up in my warmers in my house. So taking the time to make the samples, putting them in your bag, and getting them out there. Remember the wax wars that we had back in March? How many of you stepped out of your comfort zone and gave those samples to people? Oh, excuse me, my allergies are driving me crazy on this road trip. The next one is calling your previous hostesses to tell them about a host exclusive. Don't expect them to know about what the special is. They you know, most people get an average of 50 to 100 emails a week from spam, you know, from different online sites that they've signed up for. They're not gonna read the one that is coming in about a host exclusive. You'll be lucky if they do. So taking the time to call them. Believe me, phone calls are so overrated, right? Or so underrated. Sorry. Organizing a mail out with your Bring Back My Bar list and some samples of that. You know, people may not have ever smelled some of those scents that are coming back, that the oldies but goodies. Going out for coffee with a potential recruit, armed with a basket party and some info. Get her ready, her or him ready, that they can walk out the door ready to sign up as a consultant immediately. Dropping samples off at 5 businesses. Think about how many businesses you pass by on a daily basis, getting to wherever you need to go, and get those samples out there. Setting up a Facebook fan page, and then pre-scheduling. Did you know you can do that? There's an app that you can actually pre-schedule a post for a later date. You can take advantage of those peak Facebook times of 7 to 9 p.m. and schedule a post for 5 days in a row to come out. Make sure that those things that you are posting are thoughtful and personal, and you know, don't just cut and paste somebody else's stuff. You make it from your heart so that they know what it is that you love about Scentsy. Calling your customers 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months after an order delivery. That's the schedule that you want to think about. 2 days after to make sure that everything was okay in their order. 2 weeks later to make sure that they are loving their product, see if they've thought about hosting a party, and then 2 months later to see if they are needing a refill. And also getting together 3 pouch parties and then finding 3 hostesses for them. Don't just make the pouch parties. Get them out there. Get them working for you. And if you don't know how to do a pouch party, make sure you watch the YouTube video about how to do a pouch party. The thing I want to leave you with is this. This business is not going to work for you if you don't work it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a sit back and watch money fall into your lap scheme. And whoever promised you that, I'm sorry, they were wrong. Okay? This is a business. And if what you want is to get rich quick without any work, believe me, there are hundreds of offers right now on the internet. You can go and open up your Facebook, look over on the right-hand column, and click on one of those. I can guarantee you it's not going to work for you. But go for it if that's what you're hoping for. But if you want a business that you can work from home, that you can grow a steady, sustainable pace with a wonderful product that you absolutely love and trust, with a company that is backed by industry leaders, then this is it. Okay? Take advantage of what you've got and work it. Okay? Put in your hours and you will see the rewards. So I'll be back in San Antonio about 5 o'clock this evening. I would love to talk to you about how to jumpstart your business in 2014. And I hope that you all have a safe and happy new year and that you are blessed beyond measure in 2014. Thank you from Greg and I. This is Team MissionScent Stars, and we wish you a happy New Year's.